When talking about investments and investment strategies, index fund and mutual funds are the main focus. It's very important to understand index fund and mutual funds for us to invest wisely. In this video, we'll go in depth about each of them and see which is better over other in specific scenarios. Let's dive in. To understand what index and mutual funds are, let's see from the point of view of a common investor. Let's say I realize the importance of investments and I want to invest in stock market. First, to maximize my profit, I have to know which stocks I should invest in and which ones not to. For this, we need to track each of the companies, their growth and profit, their long-term stability and things like that. And we need to do this every single day. This is not an easy task for everyone. Instead, we want someone else to do it for us. Second, putting all my money in single stock or company is not a wise investment option. If the share price of that company drops or if the company goes bankrupt in the future, my whole investment is gone. We don't want that. So we need to diversify our investments. Diversifying as much as possible on high growth stocks. So this is my second goal. To achieve these two goals is what a mutual fund is created for. There is someone called the fund manager who will invest our money for us. The fund manager will track the stock market every day and decide which company to invest in, which not to, adding or removing companies from the portfolio and things like that. He will do the job for us and in turn we pay a small commission for doing it, which we call it as expense ratio. The fund manager does not simply invest in one stock. It's a collection of stocks, bonds, and other assets. This helps in diversification, which was our second goal. For example, I am a fund manager and 10 people have each given me $1,000 to invest for them. I have $10,000 to invest. I go ahead and buy 10 stocks of 100 different companies, which is of $10 each. Which means each of the 10 people have one stock each of 100 different companies at value of $10. I will take a small commission, say 3%, which is $30 per person for managing their fund. As a fund manager, I also take care of watching the market, selling and buying other stocks based on the market conditions. Basically, you are trusting me to invest for you. That's a mutual fund. Now, what's an index fund? You might have heard these terms like Nasdaq, S&P 500, Dow Jones, etc. These are nothing but the indices which track the stock market as a whole. They are indicators of how the entire stock market is performing. For example, there are around 3,000 companies listed in Nasdaq. The Nasdaq index is simply an aggregate of all these 3,000 companies' performance. Similarly, S&P 500 is the collection of 500 largest companies in the USA. And the S&P 500 index tracks the performance of these 500 companies. All the 500 companies do not hold equal weightage in the index. In the S&P 500, Apple stocks account for 5.5% of the total index. Microsoft accounts for another 5.5% of the index. Amazon accounts for 4% and so on. The indices are most important because they give us a sense of how the market is performing as a whole. Now, instead of finding a fund manager who has made his own list of companies to invest in, the indices have already given us a list of top companies and their weightage, right? Why can't I simply invest in these companies which the indices track and put my money in the same weightage as the index? That's exactly what an index fund does. So if you plan to invest $100 in S&P 500 index fund, then you invest $5.5 in Apple, $5.5 in Microsoft, and $4 in Amazon, and so on. The fund manager, instead of creating his own portfolio, simply mimics the assets of an index, thus creating index fund. The growth and decline of the index fund also mimics that of the index. As you can see, an index fund is simply a type of mutual fund. So what's the advantage of this? First, as you can see, managing an index fund is so easy and simple when compared to an actively managed mutual fund. There is no speculation of which stock is going to perform well and what to put in the portfolio. Second, it's really hard to beat the profit and returns of the index stocks. While mutual funds try to beat the market and expect more gains than the whole market, index funds simply mimic them and most of the time perform better than a lot of actively managed funds. Third, since it's easy to set up an index fund and easy to manage, their expense ratio is much lower than most of the actively managed mutual funds. Some index funds like the Fidelity Large Cap Index Fund even have 0% expense ratio, which means they invest our money for free. Fourth, the risk is low compared to some mutual funds. Indices like S&P 500, Total Market Fund, Nasdaq 100 are less volatile than others. Let's see this with an example and understand all the aspects of an index fund. A very famous mutual fund offering is the VFIAX. This is also an index fund which tracks the S&P 500 index. The holdings in this portfolio are the same companies tracked by S&P 500 index in almost same weightage. So you know when the S&P 500 index goes up, your gain also will go up. Most mutual funds have minimum investment. In this case with Vanguard, it's $3,000. It can be lower with other brokerage firms. Vanguard charges an expense ratio of 0.04% for managing this fund. You can see the performance of this fund too. Here is a comparison of how VFIAX performs against the S&P 500 index. As you can see, it closely mimics S&P 500. Since a mutual fund is a collection of stocks, the per share value of a mutual fund is represented by net asset value. It's simply the total value of all assets in the fund divided by the number of shares. Similar to the share price of a stock. The fund profile will tell you exactly what stocks and in what weightage your fund is invested in, what's the stock style of this offering, etc. One difference between trading an individual stock and an index fund is that an index fund is not traded throughout the day like a stock. All the purchases and requests are executed at the end of the day depending on the net asset value. There are many brokerage firms like Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab who offer a variety of mutual and index fund offerings. We will make a separate video where we will help you understand between the various offerings and how to identify a good index fund. So the question is, should I invest in index fund? This is an easy one. The answer is yes, and as soon as possible. We have made a whole video explaining why we need to start investing as soon as possible and why index funds are one of the best options to invest in. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. Also, please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you found it useful. See you in the next one. This is Anjana. Bye-bye.